Late one night, a woman noticed something bizarre. The entire neighborhood mysteriously vanished in an instant. She rushed out to search for everyone, but a terrifying sight unfolded behind her. Her neighbors had all gathered at her feet, only to dissolve into a pool of thick, black liquid and disappear. At first, Nancy thought she was seeing things and continued her search. But as she stepped into a puddle, the surrounding houses began to shrink, making her feel like a giant in a strange world. Just as a chill ran down her spine, the roar of a car engine echoed above her. Thankfully, it was just a dream. But this wasn't the first time Nancy had experienced something so strange. Just days ago, she had accidentally stumbled into her husband's studio and discovered a miniature model of their town. The model was eerily detailed, with tiny figures and buildings that looked exactly like their neighborhood. At first, Nancy assumed it was just a hobby of her husband's and decided to take a quick look before heading to bed. However, as her gaze followed the layout of the model, her eyes landed on a distant metal box, giving her an uneasy feeling. What kind of item needed such careful storage? Curious, Nancy took out the box and opened it, only to find a collection of old, preserved envelopes inside. Just then, her husband unexpectedly returned home. Nancy quickly put the box back, thinking the matter was over. But the next day, while mending her husband's trousers, she accidentally found a note in his pocket. To her shock, it was a love letter addressed to another woman. Nancy couldn't stay calm after that. Ever since then, she had been plagued by nightmares, and even started to suspect that the entire town was just a simulation. With no one else to confide in, Nancy reached out to a colleague she had secretly admired for a long time and arranged to meet him in private. When her colleague learned the whole story, he dismissed Nancy's concerns as pure imagination. He reasoned that since her husband was the town's creator, it was normal for him to have a model. As for the note, it could have been something from years ago. He tried to persuade Nancy not to overthink things, but Nancy was convinced that if her husband had indeed done something wrong, she would have grounds to file for divorce, which would finally give her the chance to be with the colleague she secretly loved. From that moment on, the two joined forces, determined to investigate her husband.